I wanted to show you one of our technical configuration videos. So we're going to be doing more of these, kind of showing all the platforms that we work on. Now then, working with WayFi, we are standards compliant and standards focused. We are full members of the Wireless Broadband Alliance, who drafts and defines these standards worldwide with all the carriers. And these are what all the OEMs follow. So today we're going to dive into how to configure Cisco Meraki. So this is a demo interface here, but it's going to have our actual live settings. So first thing you're going to want to check is over here in Hotspot 2.0. You're going to make sure that you have this option, because without this Hotspot 2.0 option, this kind of defines everything. So this is also called Passpoint. It's a licensed version of this. And make sure that you've got this option. If you don't, you may need to message support and go, hey, I want to use Hotspot 2.0 on my Meraki deployment. They can easily enable that, and they can do that pretty quickly. We're going to dive back into this a little later on, but first we're going to walk through what it takes to actually get up and running with WayFi Wireless to actually get this equipment working. Now, we are standards focused, standards compliant. We've already set up an SSID here just to save time. We've got a period WayFi cellular booster. Now, of course, working with WayFi, you can name the SSID anything that you like. We do recommend this because this is our de facto standard that we have, but you can change it to something such as your business, or maybe something that's more neutral for the venue. Now we're going to jump in here and look at this configuration. So the SSID here, we've got our SSID set up. You do need to make sure that this is broadcast. Don't hide it. It breaks how it works. It has to be a broadcast SSID. We're going to use enterprise security with my RADIUS server, and we're going to configure that down here below. We're going to use WPA2. Why? Because it does support more devices. You can make this WPA3 if security is your top concern, over more compatibility. No splash page. For your RADIUS servers, we'll work with you to get you your specific servers. So these are some demo ones here that we've got. So you're going to have the IP address we give you, port 1812, your secret, which is going to be RADSEC. Don't bother testing because it requires a username and password, and that's the username and password of the cellular device, which we're not going to have. What we do is we actually allow you to check this live with us. So our engineers will verify that this is working for your first onboarding, and then from there, you can obviously add more on your own, add as many as you like. Also, on our dashboard, if you're working with WayFi Wireless, we'll give you an alert if we're not getting any traffic in 24 hours on a site. For the accounting and term interval, make sure that that's something high. We say 10 minutes. You can go something that's shorter if you like, but generally longer is better. Do have a dashboard RADIUS proxy. Make sure that that's set up. Gives you some information about this. Access requests, counting messages. Make sure that goes to our servers. We did set here some custom DNS servers. That's just to make sure that they've got full access. We're not doing VLAN tagging here, but of course, you probably will in your production deployment use VLAN tagging and have some policies for that. You likely already have a guest VLAN. Go ahead and use that here. And then after that, you go ahead and hit save. You can also customize on your radio settings how much bandwidth that you want to dedicate to offload. So for really fine-tuned deployments, you can set what you want to set here for your channel assignment, 2.4 and 5, your auto power, your min bit rate. We've got some recommended settings here, but of course you're going to want to customize this for your deployment. So that's the basics here that actually gets your SSID up and running. Then after that, we actually go into your Hotspot 2.0 settings. Meraki's, fairly straightforward in how we configure it and how we use it. So this is going to go pretty quick as well. Put operator name, put WayFi Wireless in there, your venue name. So we're just using a demo location here, just WayFi Wireless Passpoint. You can put in, the actual venue name if you like for this location, or for a range of locations that you have there too. For venue type, unspecified business is the most common. Make sure that network type is chargeable public network. That allows you to earn revenue. For the domain list, so we've got a list of domains here. Make sure that you type all these in. These really allow you to get a wide variety of connectivity with a wide variety of MNOs and MVNOs. We've got some larger ones in here, such as Apple and Google and Cisco. Kind of ironic here is we're configuring Cisco equipment, as well as Samsung. So Samsung devices are able to natively just jump on to our access points. We do support over 250 carriers worldwide. and that covers about 70% of your devices in North America, specifically the United States. So we've got a wide variety of coverage here. These are your roaming consortium OIs, also called your RCOIs for short. Make sure those are all added. Those allow devices to jump on. And then the next really important part is your country code and network code, so MCC, MNC. And this allows you to add the carriers. They're swiftly going to offload, so these are all going to be advertised. This is a mix of very well-known carriers in the US that we have a working relationship with. So this is fantastic because this really allows your cell phone to see these networks and natively jump onto them that are out there. So make sure that all of these are added too, because that's going to make sure that all the devices jump on. Now, of course, we are monitoring everything on the back end. If we see anything odd, we'll let you know. And we can verify this live. Now, once you hit save changes here, that's immediately going to go out. Of course, we're also expecting that SSID to be active. But the second this is configured, you're going to start seeing authentication requests go through, and you're going to start seeing traffic come in. So for the first one, we usually work with you to make sure that everything's working normally and that we're seeing those both those access requests as well as those access requests being granted by the carriers so that devices are connecting in real time. There's no limit to how many devices you can have on here. There's no limit to how many locations you can have on here. You can have really a very, very large network onboarded. They can be thousands of access points. Is not a problem. Our platform scales to millions of access points, so no issue there whatsoever. So if this looks interesting to you and you'd be interested in trying the service out for your organization, maybe you want to provide better service for your customers or for your clients, whether you're an ISP, an MSP, maybe you're working with hotels, maybe universities that are out there and saying, wow, I've got a real problem with connectivity, go to WayFiWireless.com and go ahead and click on there, contact us. We'll be happy to walk you through this and get you up and running with this. Most onboardings are 30 minutes or less to get each OEM onboarded. And again, that's WayFiWireless.com. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Thanks. Bye.